So there's two blue tanks specifically I play a lot, the Draugen and the Earthshaker. The Draugen is arguably the better tank. It absolutely has the mobility to make the thing an absolute monster, but the Earthshaker has some crazy turret armor. And if you can use it right, in a lot of ways, I'd say the floor is higher. It's actually easier to have good rounds in it, whereas with the Draugen, you can just get caught and completely smacked immediately. Uh, Also, I want to apologize for it being a replay mode. I got a Series X and it can't record 4K standard definition like I was doing on my One X. Some sort of bug. Now I'm back to recording 1080p, which I don't like because the Xbox's 1080p format's kind of garbage and pixelated, but this was before I knew to do that, so I had to actually load this replay on my One X and capture it. But we'll make it work. I like the startup here. I think that it's a good place to start for a medium, or even a light if you're spotting across, just to be cautious. Our light is really aggressive up there. The challenge is if you go too far up, there's nowhere to hide, and you can just get absolutely obliterated. So this guy just parks out front and blocks everybody, which is great, but that's okay. We'll use him as spaced armor. I mean, I'm not going to push him or anything, but if he wants to take the lead in his big tank, that's fine with me. There is a little bit of a berm here that with a tank like the Earthshaker, you actually can hide your hole and now start, well, clearly not enough, but I kind of went out a little too far. There's a lot of tanks here, and it's a good place if you think you can trade favorably. That can happen quite often here. You have to make sure that there aren't people off to the left on the hill, though, because if you're spotted and they have a firing line over there, you can get slaughtered. However, we have people engaging on the DE line, so I figure those folks have their hands full on the red team, and I'm just gonna sit here and harvest a bit. So, early lead with 2 kills. This tank does have Hesh, but it still has a high alpha gun for a tier 8 anyway. I mean, you're gonna do around 400 damage, which is fantastic. And, there's a blind shot. You might as well shoot, right? You don't know what you're going to hit if you never pull the trigger. The thing to keep in mind about the Earthshaker is it's slow. The reload, just like the Draugen, I mean, it's long as it has to be for a gun that is this good for a tier 8 tank. And the hull can bounce, but you shouldn't rely on it. It's really... The whole point of this tank is to get hull down. That was a huge hit, by the way. A Hesh pen for like 500. Let's see if we can do it again. Oh, 456. Still pretty good, right? So, anyway. You really want to rely on hold down positions in which this thing is almost impenetrable, which is, I mean, I don't know what else to say. The gun depression is off the charts. And when you can get in a position with this thing, I actually, in some ways, enjoy it a little bit more than the Draugen because it's a more relaxed style of play when you're in position. Now, if you're out of position, or you need to, haul ass to get to somewhere else on the map, this is going to struggle compared to the Draugen quite a bit. And then they effectively have the same gun, although I think the reloads are a little bit different. It's a really close match right now, so I do have hit points, and I need to make sure that I use them properly. And we need to win this line so that we can get over and get side shots on folks. This is a little bit of a bold move. That guy misses, but I do want to take a shot at the tank over there, and I miss anyway, so it doesn't really matter. And now I'm going to move up. Behind the houses there are there's some hills that you can play with. Now, the other thing to note is this thing has really good gun inclination, too. I mean, the cannon on this is just unbelievably good in all aspects, other than the reload, so if you get caught on a long reload, it can really punish you, so you have to be aware of that. But, as long as you manage your reload properly, you can do 5,000-6,000 damage in this tank. And you'd be surprised. It's just the gun has such high alpha, and it's pretty accurate, and it's got good pen, good premium rounds with that Hesh. Any soft target, you're going to be hitting for, around 500 damage. So, like I said, I want to move over here and utilize these hills because I know the rest of the red team is over on that side. I do have some hit points to play with, so I'll probably be a little more aggressive than if I was, one shot or something. And because this thing can bounce too, you can pay to be, a little bit more forward than And then you might be in a tank that's a little squishier. You definitely can rely on the armor. Just due to the nature of the angles on the hole in the front and stuff. So I'm spotted. I figure it's this guy. We'll take a shot and somehow hit him. I mean, it was a non-hesh pen, but also it was a crit. Who knows what it broke, but something good. The Sta is kind of in a bad situation here because he's got people on both sides now. He's on fire, and he's got to be really sad. That was a nice hit, and I really didn't take anything in return. So he does get a hit that time, but you know, I mean, I'd really like the heavy that's over there to push. I don't. It's a heavy or medium. Can't tell, but yeah. So we'll just do that instead. Running out of targets. It looks like, you know, we could still lose this though, so we got to be careful. But this was a game that really did go back and forth, and I feel like the team. Well, that was great. The team that was on the low side. I mean, maybe they could have been in more useful positions, but honestly, I wasn't paying attention the whole time. For all I know, they were up battling. They were where they needed to be in the end, so... And now this guy, I have so many more hit points. That's great. I mean, I'm glad he got his damage in. It doesn't really matter. And, yeah, so just to clean up with the light tank. This thing absolutely did its job this time. A lot of good pens. The gun behaved, which is a really important component of using this tank. Or the Draugen as well, you know, because the Hesh guns can be a little trolly. But, you know, I never really felt like I was in that much danger. One, because the engagement ranges were pretty far, and two, you know, I did go pull down or far enough away that, you know, the angle on the front was gonna give me a chance to bounce. So now we just need to have that happen, wrap it up, and yeah, this was a lot of damage. It made money too, so you know, I mean, 7,000 combined. It's not uncommon with this tank. It's got decent view range. You can sit in place. I just, you know, I think that don't sell this tank short just because it's not the Draugen. And I know that the blue tanks either were on sale, or they may still be on sale. But definitely worth picking up. So good luck if you do get one, and let me know in the comments if you like the Draugen or this more, or which one you just find a little more relaxing to play. Bye.